Dagmar Overbye, the baby farmer of Denmark. Soft lullaby plays, echoing over faint crackling fire, then silence. Low, solemn tone. Copenhagen, 1910s. A quiet apartment on a narrow street, the sound of crying babies, the smell of milk and ashes. Inside lived a woman who promised to care for the unwanted children of desperate mothers. Her name was Dagmar Overbye. To the world, she was a kind caretaker. To history, she became known as the baby farmer of Denmark. The business of desperation. At the turn of the 20th century, life was brutal for unmarried women in Denmark. Poverty, shame, and strict morality left many with no choice but to give up their newborns. That's where Dagmar Overbye came in. She offered to take care of unwanted infants, for a small fee. She told mothers she would find loving homes for their children, or raise them herself. But what happened behind her doors was something far darker. The hidden deaths. Between 1913 and 1920, children under Dagmar's care began to vanish. At first, no one questioned it. She told mothers their babies had been adopted or died of illness. But the truth was horrifying. Dagmar was murdering the infants. Sometimes by strangulation, sometimes drowning, and sometimes by burning their tiny bodies in her stove. Neighbors complained of a strange, sickening smell. No one imagined it came from the remains of children. The discovery. In 1920, a young mother grew suspicious. She had left her baby with Dagmar, paid her the adoption fee, and never heard another word. So she went to the police. When investigators entered Dagmar's apartment, they found ashes, small bones, and infant clothing hidden in drawers and under floorboards. Sound. Camera shutter clicks. Soft weeping fades in. Dagmar Overbye was arrested immediately. She confessed to killing at least 9 babies, but investigators suspected the number was much higher, possibly as many as 25 or even 30. The trial. Her trial in 1921 horrified Denmark. The newspapers called her the monster mother. Witnesses described her calm demeanor, how she spoke of death like it was housekeeping. Sound. Faint courtroom murmurs. When asked why, Dagmar simply said, "Some were unwanted, some were crying. I ended their suffering." She claimed she was helping the babies find peace. The court saw through the delusion. She was found guilty of 9 murders, the first woman in Danish history sentenced to death by hanging. The final mercy. But in 1921, Denmark was rethinking the death penalty. Her sentence was commuted to life in prison. She spent the rest of her days in isolation, a silent reminder of the horrors hidden behind domestic walls. In 1929, Dagmar Overbye died in prison, alone and unmourned. The cell she occupied was never used again. The legacy. The case of Dagmar Overbye changed Danish history. Her crimes led to new child protection and adoption laws, ensuring no woman could privately farm babies again. But her name still lingers, a ghost in the annals of true crime, a woman who turned maternal trust into murder. Sound. Lullaby returns, distorted, eerie. Some say on quiet nights in Copenhagen, you can still hear a faint crying near her old home, a sound that never fades. Soft, chilling tone. Dagmar Overbye, the baby farmer of Denmark, a mother, a murderer, and a reminder that evil can wear the kindest face. Music fades out slowly. This concludes our journey through Europe's forgotten killers, 10 souls of darkness, buried beneath silence and time. Soft heartbeat fades to nothing.